Okay, so recently, President Trump spoke at the National Scout Jamboree in front of an audience of 40,000 scouts, and it's been blowing up in the news. Because of course it is. And while I don't necessarily want to dig into what he said and how I felt about it as an Eagle Scout, I do want to say this. I think he kind of missed an opportunity. Now, while some of the things that he said were actually towards the Scouts and motivating and encouraging, he had an audience of 40,000 there, and I feel like he talked a lot about politics. Regardless of how you feel about them, instead of empowering and encouraging these young men. I have listened to the speech and I've read about it, and I just feel like when you have that many young men there who are gonna grow up to be leaders and business owners and fathers and community members and scout leaders and these people of influence, there's so many things that you can say to them. And so I asked myself, if I was in that position, if I had that audience and I could say anything I wanted to them, what would I talk about? And so with my humble YouTube channel, I'm going to answer that question. I would tell them that it's a big deal that they're there. And it's a big deal that they're wearing that uniform. I would tell them that it's a big deal that they're scouts. Not only because they're investing in their personal future, but because they are also investing in the future of this country. In times of hardship and struggle and difficulties, scouts are the ones who are going to need to set the example. They tell you when you become an Eagle Scout that you're a marked man for the rest of your life. You take that oath on your most sacred honor and you wear that patch as a beacon for others to follow. And that is an enormous responsibility, but it's also essential. Especially in these days when I just feel like everyone is at odds with one another over everything. The scouts need to be the ones who conduct themselves with honor and dignity and respect and integrity. Scouts are the ones who need to exemplify civility and courtesy over all the yelling and arguing voices. Scouts are the ones who need to just roll up their sleeves and be the first ones to do the necessary work, whether others are following them or not. Scouts are the ones who need to demonstrate proper citizenship to everyone around us, being involved in our communities, being well informed, and being the ones who are quick to serve, but never quick to complain. I would tell them that being a scout is a privilege and an adventure that will prepare them for literally anything this life can throw at you. I can't count the times I've personally used my scouting training in school and the wilderness and literally everything in between. It's invaluable and has really shaped who I am. I'd tell them that if they were to take this program seriously, to really apply themselves to it, to really try and squeeze out every ounce that they could, that they just gave it everything they had and did the work, that they would emerge on the other side a completely different person, possibly the best version of themselves, living their best life. I know it is not the easiest trail, or necessarily the coolest ones by some people's standards. But this world needs more scouts. It needs more young men who will bind themselves to the scout oath and law and then live by those standards. It needs young men who will dedicate themselves to cheerful service to those in their community and their state and their country. Not seeking reward or glory or victory, but simply because it's the right thing to do. This world needs leaders who will stand up and speak with confidence of a better world that we can build together, one that will elevate people everywhere, regardless of who you are or where you are. Leaders who treat everyone they meet with respect and dignity. Leaders who strive for the absolute best for everyone with passion and determination and fortitude. Leaders who are willing to do everything they can to change the world for the better, even if it's just one person at a time. Scouting is the forge in which those people are made. And I would tell each and every one of them that they had the potential to become that leader. That the call is there for them, and that by putting on that uniform and taking that oath, they are taking those steps toward becoming that leader. And the world is better for it. This world needs scouts. It needs you. So go be the best scout you can be. Apply yourself to become that leader and change the world. That's what I would tell them.